Hey, welcome to Cox Family Travels. Today we are in Hillsborough River State Park in Florida.
I really don't know how to pronounce it, so I can't correct you. But Thanatasasa? I don't know. Somebody maybe in the comments below could tell us.
They're just going to spell it.
Yeah.
We know how to spell it.
Yeah. It's just very hard
unless
to
you
read.
want to send us a video response that tells us how to pronounce Thanatasasa. Okay.
Right. So let's see about this park. So it's got
114?
14 or 40? I can't
14,
remember.
I think. That one right over there is 114, I think, and that's the last one.
Right. So that's a good many sites for a state park. So it's one of the bigger ones, I would say, that we've stayed at so far. Our loop, I think you have a different experience, like depending on which loop you stay in.
Right.
So this loop has been pretty not crowded. We're staying here. It's the 4th of July week.
That was yesterday. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So this campground has been kind of deserted, feeling like we don't have anybody next to us or across from us,
and we haven't
diagonal from us. So and we haven't the whole time. But then you went down the loop the other day on the other side.
I was recording the drive through so that we have another video that has the campground loop drive, so that way you can look at it and see what the sites are like and things like that. And it was packed. You can see right now I'm showing you footage and my voice is over top of it. But it was just tons of people, bicycle riders, just people everywhere, and that was not the case on our loop, as you can see here in this video.
Right.
So it was a total different thing.
Feel, yeah. So it depends on. So we are in the what's it called? The Oak Hammock.
Hammock. Yeah, I think just hammock loop.
Yeah, hammock loop. The Riverside one is the one that was so crowded, and I don't know if that's always the case. It's very pretty, but both campgrounds I would say are very beautiful. Lots of big live oaks that are really, really old and really, really pretty. But one kind of downside is I've noticed a lot of trees in the campsites that are dead are going to fall over, and they haven't taken care of that. So to me, that's a safety issue.
Make sure you got your insurance in place.
Yeah, but so that, and then we've had a lot of rain here. Like it's rain. I think it's rained every single day.
Yeah,
right now it's not.
And it rained before we got here. It's been raining. It's just like this summer season in Florida this year has been rainy.
Lots of rain, yeah.
So everywhere is wet. Like even the first day or the first night we were here, maybe the next morning. Anyway, the ground outside of our camper was a big puddle.
Yeah.
And fortunately we have a thick mat that we wipe our feet off on, and it was above the water, so that was good. We were able to step on that before coming in. Yeah. But there's been rain everywhere, or puddles and everything.
Yeah, and I've noticed a lot of different campsites. There's been puddling, and some of you can tell it like mars down. Like it's not just hard packed. It's like it's muddy.
You can see deep tire ruts.
Yeah. So that's something that's kind of not the best.
And because of that rain, everywhere is wet, and then with wet and Florida and heat comes humidity and mosquitoes.
Lots of mosquitoes, yeah. I think
right now we're sitting out here and there's not a problem, but if you get close to the river or if it's later in the evening, they're out. Yeah,
well, I haven't sprayed today, but I do know like when we first got here, and that was in the afternoon, so it wasn't like really late in the evening, I had to spray or mosquito spray because it was, immediately I had like 3 different mosquitoes that I had to kill.
Right.
So
we use Repel Max 40% deep, and it doesn't always work, but well, maybe it is working fantastically. It's just some of those mosquitoes are relentless.
Yeah. So but then on the other things about the campground, the one that we're staying in, the building for the restrooms, pretty old, and the actual fixtures and everything are not the best. Like it's got like PVC pipe coming up out of the walls, and like it's plastic fixtures that kind of aren't very high powered, and it just wasn't the best. It was pretty clean. I'll say that it was clean and not any bugs, which was surprising. But I did go into the other campground loop. And they have some nice ones over there. Like the first one that you come to in that campground loop is the nicest one. So if you're staying here, go to that one.
Yeah. What you should do is pick site. We're in 84, so you could pick like site 82, 83, 84 right there, and then you're pretty close to just walk down the road past the dump station to the other loop, and that bathroom's right there.
Yeah.
The laundry is located here at this building. There's probably some in that loop also.
There are, yeah.
The ones in this loop are kind of uncovered, so you can't do it in the rain or anything like that.
Yeah, I still don't see how it even functions. But yeah, the ones over there are under an actual shelter. So again, I would probably go over there and do my laundry if I was going to do laundry here, which I am not. But there is a pool here. That's another thing.
It's a big pool.
It is huge.
I don't even know how big.
Yeah.
It's a big old pool.
but then also it was closed when we first got here. There was a big sign at the beginning of the park that said pool closed, and
I think what happened was, now Hurricane Irma came through in September of last year. And it had 3 trees fall into the pool, so they've been working on it since then, and they finally opened it on July 4th, which we didn't know that was going to happen, but as I was driving by getting some footage, it was just jam-packed with people, so there was no way we were going to go. But I looked it up anyway, and it turns out that campers are still charged $4 per person
per day.
Like anybody else that comes in off the street. So it's not included in your camping fee. So we're not going to go.
No. I mean,
we're headed to the beach right now anyway. So we figured, we'll just wait a couple days and go to the beach.
Yeah, no thanks. So.
The road in the park is nice. It's paved. It's one way all the way around. So you come in the park and you turn to the right and you go past numbered parking lots. So that way, like, the first lot is for the interpretive building, the second is for the river rapids, the third is for the suspension bridge, the fourth is for the pool, and then you come to the campground. But you have to go all the way back around. So like if you miss one, you got to drive all the way back around. It'll probably take you 10 minutes to drive all the way back around. Just beware of that when you're coming in, and don't say, well, we'll just go right back to that one. You'll have to drive around and do it.
Right. Speaking of the parking areas for those things, there's the suspension bridge, which is neat. I mean, it's not that big, but the kids like going over it. And
it was built in 1933 by the CCC, not the CCCP, the CCC.
That'd be horrible.
Yeah, it's the Conservation Corps. I can't remember the third C, but anyway, it was a thing in the 30s where after the Depression, the government hired people to go and do things. Part of the New Deal, maybe. But anyways,
sounds good.
So they built it, and it is sturdy. It is a big old, like the pylons on the side are just huge. I'll show you some pictures here of it, but it's just really neat to see.
And there are some rapids on this river, which is kind of an odd thing for Florida, I think. And
Class 2 rapids, which I guess you can kayak down there. The kayak and boat launch is actually downriver from where those rapids are, but I'm sure there's other places you can get in to do that, or maybe you can go up them.
I don't know. And the river is beautiful to look at, and you can fish in it, and we haven't done that yet because it's just been so rainy. It's been just kind of like, by the time you get your work done, then it's just time for bed.
So overall, I don't think we're going to come back. This was kind of a stopping point on our way to the west coast of Florida.
I was going to say, not the west coast.
Now, if the pool had been open to us for free, maybe we'd come back, because that's a nice,
that was kind of
with a pool.
Yeah, like when we booked the place, that was not made clear on the reservation site. So I was like, hey, man, that's pretty neat, like a pool and everything. But
but we didn't tell the kids just in case.
Yeah, like $4 a person. I mean, when you multiply that out by 5, that just starts to get like, for just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just a cheapskate. That's basically all it is.
But if you'd like to see the full review, go to coxfamilytravels.com, and we've got it all listed there in text and with video and pictures. So thanks for joining us for this review, and we'll see you next time.